Hello, it's me again. I am Nidhi and welcome back. I am a bit unwell today and I hope I don't look all that much unwell. I try to cover it up, but well, can't help it. And today we are going to talk about people who make you feel less, people who are clearly thinking less of you and you know it. So let's get right into it because you're going to meet a lot of people who are going to make you feel that way. As you grow old, as you go out, as you meet new people, as you explore your adult life, even your teenage life, there will be a lot of people who are going to make you feel like you're not all that. And it's okay, you're even if you are not all that, it's okay. So how to deal with those people? First of all, you don't have to deal with every single one of them, of course, because how many people are you going to fight? You can't do that. If you go fight with every single one of the people who are trying to intimidate you, who are trying to make you feel less about yourself, or trying to make you feel less about anything that you do, that you don't do. So yeah, violence is not an option. I'm not thinking that it is an answer. That's the real addiction, but violence is not an option. Yeah. So there will be a lot of people who you'll meet, people like that. In my previous videos, I have been talking about how I started thinking that I want to become an entrepreneur and I want to leave the 9 to 5 and I want to do something for myself and all of those things. I told you as well in the previous video that there was these people I met when I was trying to get my journal published. That if I'm sorry, I'm not talking too fast, right? Yeah, I hope not. So when I met those people when I was trying to get my journal published, they were clearly trying to intimidate me. I don't know if they wanted like to get me to just make a deal with them and like pay more than necessary or whatever it was their behavior that made me feel really bad about myself, that if like I am doing this, I want to do this, like get my journal published, become an entrepreneur and all that, but am I really at that stage where I can do this, where I can feel confident enough? And so they made me feel that way, and I came back home thinking that should I really be doing this? If not, what else can I do? Am I really prepared? And yeah, I went into the overthinking spiral, and it was terrible. It was terrible. My head was full of the wrong things that would make me stop. But also, so I just wrote everything down. This is what I wanted to do. Wanted to do. This is what my journal is going to be about. This is what my story is going to be about. This is how I am going to like get it out on the internet. This is how I'm going to sell it. So when everything was on page, when everything was right in front of me, I thought that yeah, it doesn't look all that difficult, right? Because it was all in front of me. Now I know that those are also not tangible things. These are just ideas that I wrote down, but it still made me feel a little very even minute secure that yes, I'm not just thinking of stuff. When I wrote everything down, I made a budget, I made goals, I made a lot of things I wrote down, and then it felt like okay, a little assured that yes, this is fine. What they said was also fine. Yes, I might not have been prepared, and it's good that I tried and took my time to write everything down and make myself feel prepared enough. So that happened, and So this was not the first time actually. Yeah, people who make you feel less are everywhere, everywhere literally. They could be people who are closest to you. They don't mean bad, but they could be people who are closest to you. They could be people who are like complete strangers and still make you all kinds of intimidation. Make you feel all kinds of intimidation, and that's okay. Like if you say to yourself it's okay, it will be a little bit okay. You won't get over it quickly because human brain. And if you're like me, you overthink stuff, so it's going to be very difficult, but don't let it get to you. When someone says to you something that you clearly feel very bad, you clearly feel that he said this to me, I cannot, like, is it real, is it really true, is it that way? Just make it a note that don't take things personally. When you like literally take everything personally, you start thinking, doubting yourself, you're not going to be able to do anything. I know, trust me, I know. Been there, done that. So if you're feeling that way, just note that do not take things personally. I shouldn't take things personally. It's hard not to take things personally, and I know that. I know, like, literally when someone is criticizing you, you're going to feel that do I really do that, am I really that bad? Or you might just get on the offensive and fight them that no, I don't do that, I have never done that. So do not take things personally. It's easier said than done, but you have to note that this is something that you can put into practice, and that will reduce the effect of people like making you feel less and people intimidating you. That's the first thing you can do, because as I said, there will be people like that literally everywhere, literally everywhere. In your teenage, in your adult age, I am not older than an adult, so I don't know, but people will be like that at that stage also. I think when you're a kid, there are always teachers, students, peers who make you feel that way. Like I was in school, when I was in school, I had when I was in school, don't even get me started on that. I was not at all a confident kid. I was very much shy and reserved, and I think people even could have easily bullied me. Yeah, I feel bad to think that right now, but that was true. But I won't say that I'm all that confident now as well, because clearly sometimes when people say things to me, it affect me in ways that I don't want to be affected. Even I know that I shouldn't take things personally, I shouldn't think too much of it, I shouldn't get offended, and but I do. And I am still learning how to be easier on yourself, how to deal, and how to like be okay with what people say, and it's just their opinion, and that's okay. So yeah, when I was in school, I had a lot of incidents like that where people would just even neglect me, like it doesn't matter, just go away. And as I grew old, after 7th standard, I was a teensy bit confident, because I was then good in studies. I was enjoying the things I studied. I tried to like put in some efforts into my looks as well, and the friends I made at that age were, I think I can say that those were the right friendships, but yeah, I was the side character. I feel it right now that I might have been side character my whole 7th, like at least till 10th standard, probably 10th. I don't know even my entire school, but at the end I was a little bit out of that. But I always had felt like that, but now I would never ever let anyone make me feel like a side character. No, I am not. Even if I am like not at all that confident, not very much like as the main character should be, the hero of the story. Even if I'm not that, I'm not a side character. I am the main character. I am the main character. Yes, that's it. So do not make anyone feel like you're a side character as well. You can't be the main character in everyone's story, but at least be the main character in yours. So in my school days, I was like that. And it's okay now that I think about it. It was also like it was the journey that made me go towards the main character part, towards this life, towards being confident enough to shoot a video and post it online for people to watch. Scary, but fun. So I think it's fun. It's fine. And out of then college, you like when you are going and finding a job, it's so clearly you are inexperienced. And when you're inexperienced, you just say things. People teach you to fake it till you make it, and people teach you to tell lies, confident lies. Even if you're a good liar, I might not be a good liar, I don't know, but clearly when dealing with a person who is very much more experienced than you, if you're lying, then you're not going it will not make you feel better. Trust me, it will not make you. And I'm not saying lying, you shouldn't be lying. A little lie here and there doesn't hurt, but if you really think that lying is the solution to make you look confident and to make you look more mature, sorry to break it to you, but it might not be the case, because then people, like the other person, would clearly think that you are just throwing words in air and you're just saying stuff just to get hired. And sometimes it could be a good point in some industries, sales probably, but I shouldn't have said that. But after joining a company, after working for someone, you get to know how people can easily, very very easily, how seniors can very easily just discard you. I don't know, but I neglect you and just think that they can do everything without you. Even your job is important to them. Even if that is the case, they can clearly make you feel like you are very less and unimportant in this company, and you're not doing your job well enough, and they just squeeze the life out of you until they get what they want. Yeah, am I complaining too much? If it looks that way, I'm sorry. If it looks that way, I guess sometimes complaining is also a part of dealing with people who make you feel less. But complaining doesn't really do you any good. It shouldn't be a habit also. I'm getting sidetracked here, but yeah, people. So when people make you feel that way, you just have to know that what you're doing is like, you got into that job because there was a reason, because you wanted to be in that field, you wanted that job, you wanted to learn what it means to be someone who works in that field. And you have to constantly keep reminding yourself the why I am here, what is the end goal, what is the purpose of me doing this, what is the purpose of me having to go through all of that. So when you keep reminding yourself the why, you will have the strength to really really stick to that place. You'll really have the strength to just overcome difficulties and learn in that environment. So jobs can be like that, your teenage life can be like that. You'll have to just know that why you're doing this, why you're going through this, and you'll have a little bit strength. So do not take things personally. Know why you're doing it. Know exactly, literally, why you came here. And if you're in doubt, you don't know why you came here, uh, I don't want to say that leave. You can. There is always an option to leave, but always like know where you want to go. What is the end goal? What do you want to be remembered as when you grow old and when you're at the end of your life? Scary. Okay. Yeah, thinking that is very scary, but. Stephen Covey, I think, in the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Yeah, he starts it with this. How do you want to be remembered as when you die? So, in that chapter, begin with the end in mind. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, that is. So, think, put some thought in your mind that why I'm doing this. I'm here because it is this, and the only thing that is going to I am going to get out of this situation is learning, and then learn. Because as I have said multiple times, people are going to walk all over you if you let them. So do not let them be the main character. As I was saying, people will make you feel a lot of various kinds of intimidation, and the two things we established, that do not take things personally, do not let them walk all over you, just know the reason why you're doing what you're doing, like really know the reason. Ikigai. So when you are clearly out there in the world all by yourself, you don't have to fake the confidence. Just know your stuff and you'll be confident enough in yourself, really. Be important to yourself. Important. Very, very important. This is like 3-star important. So be important to yourself enough. Be confident in yourself that what you're doing, you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, then try to figure it out. Okay, try to figure it out maybe. So you be confident in yourself, really. Just write 1 or 2 things down, that this is my life, this is my purpose, and if I want to do this, why I want to do this. Be important to yourself, think of yourself first, and it's okay if someone criticizes you. Just don't let them make you feel less. Listen to that criticism, analyze that if you can. Don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. I do it a lot of times. I tell myself over and over, don't overthink things, but again, easier said than done. So don't let yourself overthink it too much. It's okay if you overthink a little, but overthink in a good way. Like, okay, they said something to me, why did they say it? Does it have anything to do with me? Even if it has anything to do with me, I can improve on it. I'm not going to fight them for it. And try as much as you can to like think before you speak. Give yourself a few minutes or seconds to really process those words, then just taking an action, taking the offensive or defensive, any position at all. Just think. I'm saying not to overthink, and I'm saying to think. So if you understand, you understand. If you don't, just choose one. And with that, with these 3 things that we just established, if I'll remind you again to not take things personally, really to not take things personally. Even if someone like points your name out and tells you something, they are saying it from their perspective, and it's less about you than and more about what they think. So try not to take things personally, to overthink, and try to be confident in yourself. Try to know what you're doing, why you're doing, what you want, what you don't want. Yeah. Knowing what you don't want is as much important as knowing what you do want, because sometimes you know what you do, what you want, you know, sometimes, and but you don't know what you don't want, so you accept the things that you clearly don't want, and they make you feel bad. For example, you want a relationship and you get into a relationship, but you don't know that you do not want a toxic relationship, do not want some things that in a relationship that you are getting, and yeah, it turns into a toxic relationship. So know what you want, also know what you don't want, and that is the second thing. And the third is be important to yourself. Be very, very important to yourself. Be the main character, like not in a narcissistic way, you know, just that I am this, I am that. I'm not asking you to do that, no. Just saying that know your stuff, know yourself, know your goals, know your worth, know your values, know your principles, limit yourself, and let yourself cross some limits that you always put on yourself, the bad kind of limits. There are good and bad kind of limits, of course. uh, so know when to stop, know when to go, know when to wait. I hope that it was a little useful to you, what all things that I talked about, babbled about, and I really want you to know that you are less than no one. You are good. What you're doing is great. You're doing. If you're watching this video, that's even more like more great. Shouldn't say that because it's greater, of course, but that doesn't sound right here. So sorry, I again got sidetracked. Know what you're doing. You're doing great. You're the best. You're the main character. Just take charge and be confident in yourself. Even when you're not, don't try to fake it. Just know a few things. Know and be open to learning. Be open to criticism, and you'll be a little like from 0 to 0.2% prepared to deal with people who clearly make you feel less than you actually are. You're not, of course, you're not. You're not, you're good. And with that, I'd like to stop talking because, as I said, I talk too much, at least with you. So you are, for me, you are the sweetest person because you listen. Oh, that was cheesy. Okay, just a few things that I said in this video. I hope they make you feel a little bit better about yourself. Hope they make you feel a little bit better about yourself. I truly do, because I know what it feels like to hear someone else's thoughts and think they are true. And I hope you don't do that from now on. Like, even you just stop yourself from doing that at more times than you did before. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Love you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think, how this video helped you, and if there is anything in particular that I talk about in any future videos, because now I'm going to do this very seriously. Like, before I was just trying to, should I start a YouTube channel, should I post videos, what should I do, this and that, but this is one thing that I have figured out. So this is the first step of figure it out, Nidhi, and figuring out what I don't even know what I want to figure out, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Do like, subscribe, of course, subscribe, and like let me know what you want, what more, ouch, what more do you want to hear from me, and my stories, my endeavors. Okay, with all of that said and done, laughed a little, lot of laughs and good time, I'd like to say bye. We'll see you later, of course, every Thursday, I think. So tune in and love you. See you. I know I talked a lot. I don't want to say bye, and I hope this video made you feel better, a little bit better, even. That's okay. You can watch it again and feel a little more better, or you can ask me and I'll post another such video. Stop talking. Okay. Bye guys. See you later. See ya. Finally.